made it past the line, you are ready, went far. Welcome to the dope bar. Raise that glass, let it crown who you are. Welcome to the dope bar. Welcome to the dope bar.
Yo, squad, what's going on, man? What's going on? It's your boy Blaze Hunter, Ninth Wonder, and welcome to the Dope Bar. We live, Blaze Radio, Ninth Wonder TV. Y'all know what time it is. We got a very special guest in the building. We got the homie Habe Kitine. What's going on with you, bro?
How you doing, my man? Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, sir, man. I'm doing good. As you guys know, this episode is sponsored by, the club Ninth Wonder Wine Collection, baby. You feel me? And today I'm sipping on that Elo version, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that thing is special. It's good. We're gonna indulge, toast to amazing people and amazing talent, and who we got right here is amazing. You feel me? Is amazing. So hold on.
I appreciate you.
Get that good sip in real quick. And before we even touch the music, bro.
Yes, sir.
First, how are you? How you doing?
I feel great, man. I feel blessed. I can't thank God enough for everything
Yes,
He's
sir.
given me, is giving me, and is gonna give me.
Come on. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. Yes, sir. I love it. Now, I want to start off with, Habe the person. Now, you were born
So,
in Tanzania. That's how you say it. Tanzania. That's how you pronounce it.
Tanzania, yeah, Tanzania.
Tanzania. That's how you pronounce it.
That's
And
it, pronounce it, yes, sir.
and of course, then you built your life in Edmonton. So
Yes, sir.
what's wild to me is I don't think I've ever met anybody or spoke to anybody from Tanzania that I know of, like outside of Freddie Mercury, the great Freddie Mercury
Right.
from Queen, is from there. But
Right.
outside of that, I haven't really heard of or spoken to anyone from there. And what do you remember most about where you came from, and what was that transition like from living in how did bro
Tanzania. Tanzania.
I would
Yeah.
get it right, you feel me?
Yeah.
I keep
I-
it's like my mind want me to say Tanzania all the time.
Right.
It just want me to say it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Even certain Africans like Ugandans, I think Kenyans as well, they would say Tanzania. And it's
That's
just
how I hear
Tanzania.
it.
Yeah,
That's crazy. But yeah,
yeah.
I can't wait to hear somebody say it and then I correct them. No, bro, it's Tanzania.
Tanzania,
Just to get you right. You feel me? So,
That's right.
but what was the transition from Tanzania to Edmonton? Like that's freaking Canada, bro.
Man.
Africa to Canada, like
Yeah, it's a lot, to be honest with you. I mean, first of all, the weather.
Yeah.
Right. Over there, like Tanzania is like plus 40, 45. Over here,
Sheesh.
wintertime, most of the times here we have winter, pretty cold. It's like minus 40. You have you have 2 weeks of minus 40, and then you have the minus 25, minus 30 and whatnot.
Yeah.
But if you're talking life wise, I came here as a child with my family. So at that time, I didn't really have that much freedom to move around and do what it is that I
Yeah.
want. Then I went back home, and I went to boarding school, which was whew, it was difficult times, but it really
Freaking boarding
it really,
school.
well, yes, right, yeah, boarding school.
Oh.
Yeah, it taught me to grow up very early. Be independent. Parents not being there. And
Yeah.
facing all these challenges, but it really sharpened me to be the man I am today. Learning to just take care of myself and not having to depend on people per se,
I love it.
whether physically or mentally. But I'm here. And when it comes to just the lifestyle over there, obviously, Tanzania is a third world country. So you
Yeah.
see things, you see like, the poor. I've lived in a rich area. I've also lived in the ghetto, and I mean ghetto,
Yeah.
where it's like, like huts and things like that, and no doors.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's like I've seen you could say the best of both worlds and the best
Yeah.
or and the worst both worlds if you want to put that. Yeah, so I've seen quite a bit. I think that maybe that's what keeps me humble in a sense.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
crazy. I was just about to ask that, and you answered that immediately.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Like, so coming from that, growing up in Edmonton, like, did you always feel like you fit in, or did you have to like find your own lane socially and culturally? You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's like a yes and a no.
Yeah,
So I'm pretty good with people. Like I can communicate with people, or whether you being like a street dude or
uh huh,
an educational dude, or in between, whatever the case it is. I just blend in with the most. But at the same time, what was hard is that the moving, because my parents moved a lot, so I didn't get
yeah,
a chance to have um friends that I grew up with and be like, all right, we're gonna be together for however long. So like when I moved to Edmonton, I ended up having to find quote unquote clique or homies, and then kind of be like,
yeah,
all right,
yeah,
but for them, they grew up together and they've chilled together. So
exactly.
for me, I was always the outsider in a sense,
Mm, that's
right?
crazy. All right,
Yeah.
so being around that creative scene,
Mhm.
for as long as you have, like, what do you think people outside Edmonton misunderstand what's happening out there? You know what I'm saying, on the creative scene?
Mm. Um, I think it's more of the culture.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's the culture because here, even when it comes to dating, for example,
yeah,
if I was to date somebody who's not from where I'm from, I could behave in a certain way, and they're like, "What did I sign myself into, or for, or you know what I mean?" Yeah, and
hmm,
then, but I've seen, like I said, I've seen both worlds,
yeah,
so I can adapt to their like the Western world, quote unquote Western world. But
yeah,
even if I was to date somebody from Africa, I can also adapt to their style because I was also
exactly.
raised there as well. Yeah.
What
So
style? What style do you prefer?
oh man, honestly, um, I do like both, but a little more of the culture side,
Yeah.
because I feel as though the culture side has more respect and there's more belief. Whereas
Yes.
here, I don't think people believe too much. Like for example, like God, like there are times where there's no electricity,
Yeah.
and you could have no electricity for the whole day, and then it
Yeah.
comes at night, or you can have no electricity for a week, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Here there's always electricity to a point where you're like,
Exactly.
why do I need to pray all the time? And things like that.
Facts. Facts. Man,
You
that's
know.
that's so powerful, bro. That is so
Mhm.
freaking powerful because people be taking that, it takes it for
For
granted,
granted, right?
you know.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
part of my journey, I live with lupus and myositis. Like I'm at a point now to where I've been doing my treatments. You can't even tell that I got it by the grace of God.
Right.
I'm like, you can't even tell. But there was a time where like I didn't have enough strength to like take the top off of a water bottle.
Wow.
There's a lot of stuff that I couldn't do, and it just made me appreciate so much that I've taken for granted. Like
Hmm.
people will not understand why I'm like thank you God for something to them that may seem minuscule and small, but it's like,
Right.
bro, like trust me, like you really
Hmm.
got no
Hmm.
idea.
Yep.
And it's crazy that we're a lot of people from here in the States, we're spoiled.
Hmm.
We're spoiled with the
Yeah.
the things that that we get, and don't understand, like when you read stories in the Bible, when they're like things that are to a certain extreme. I'm like, if these people could go through, this is just my logic, go
Right.
through the extreme conditions that they went through and still have faith, like
Hmm.
this is be a cakewalk for us. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
people don't look at it that way. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
100%. Yeah. To add on to that too, like when it comes to like the appreciation of what we have here
Hmm.
and what people don't have there. I remember there'll be times where I would meet the homeless where they don't have legs, and they'll have to send their kids, like, hey, can we get some money? And then you see people turning them away. Whereas
Yeah.
here, you have homeless, but they have everything. They do have their eyes, their legs, their fingers, and they can actually get a job if they really wanted to,
Exactly.
in some way, shape, or form. But like you said, so again, it just comes to like we do take things here for granted, and
Yeah.
it's sad. It's really
Yeah.
sad. Well, personally, I don't. I try my best to like remember where I come from,
Yeah.
but at the same time, there are times where I kind of forget, and I'm like, yo, dude,
Yeah.
like, like remember where you come from.
That's real. That's real though. Sometimes we have to. I remember, I got the opportunity. I was blessed in my career to be able to do a lot of stuff. So I got the tour in Europe. So
Right.
I went to Europe, was part of the Nope is Dope tour, and man, this stadium. It wasn't even a stadium. It was like what they do is they took warehouses and then they just like turned them into these cool sets, the LED lights, whatever, fit like over 1,000 something people.
Wow.
So this at this point, the biggest crowd I've ever performed in. Over there, like they were obsessed with me for two reasons. One, I'm from the States. Two, I'm black. And then cherry on top, I'm a performer. So the girls were going crazy. And so I just love that star treatment I got there for being there for the week. And then when I got back to the States for a little bit, I'll say maybe like a week or two.
Right.
I was a little, I felt, what I'm doing here with these peasants? Yo, I'm like, I had to get humbled, bro. I was like, let me chill out and remember what it is.
Bro.
Bro.
Yeah. It humbles you, man. Trust me, yo.
Yeah, man. One of the main things that I know that humbled me was fatherhood, and I want to get into fatherhood because that changes how a man looks at everything. So. What changed? Yeah, man. What changed? Oh, yo, I know. I do my due diligence, baby. That's why. I do my due diligence.
Go ahead.
So what changed in you? When you became a father, and did it change what success and legacy meant to you?
Oh, absolutely, man. Just seeing him, looking at him, and I'm like, I gotta step my game up. Like,
Come on.
That was the first, like right away. I was like, all right, I can't be doing certain things I used to do before freely and not care. Now it's like, nah, now you got somebody looking up to you. Because you don't want the next man coming in and then trying to take care of you. Like, that's just a no-no, So those kind of things kind of like, for example, like when me and my dad, may he rest in peace, he never really, we never were close per se when I was younger. I tried to, but he was very militant, very like, go read some books. Nah, I don't want to hear you talk about women, things like that, But one thing I did appreciate about him, he led by example. So he would just move and like in ways where I'm like, okay, I got to be like that.
Yeah.
If I ever needed money or school fees or things like that, he was there. Yeah. Like when taking care of the house, taking care of his woman, taking care of like us he's got 6 kids. And he took care of all of us, So I want to do the same for my legacy, for my little man. So when I see things like that, so I said, okay, when he came to into the world, into my life, it was automatic for me. I didn't even have to think twice.
Man, I know the feeling. I had mine. I was 22. No, I lied. Wow. I was 25. Wasn't 22. I was 25.
That's young.
Yeah. Still, it is. But during that time, I was in party mode. I was in party mode in my life. You know what I'm saying? And then when he came, rap, all that changed. You know what I'm saying? All that changed, and immediately I understood that. And today, literally today, like earlier this morning, he officially went off to college. He's moved on to his college campus, and bro, it's insane to me. Like from 5th grade to now, he's all straight A's.
Wow.
Like like everything that I could imagine, for him, he's exceeded every single expectation, and
that's beautiful, man.
It's like it really changed. Like what you said, legacy for me before him was like, I want everybody to remember Blaze Hunter. I want them to remember when he came, it turned into, I want them to remember the things that Blaze Hunter did,
Right.
For
Right.
people. And one thing he
Yeah.
told me, of course, whenever you about to cry, you just look up and the tears
Right.
won't go down. You feel me?
Right. Right.
He hit me with the how inspired he was from watching how I go from this business to that business and stuff. And while I'm going through things, I'm like, man, I'm struggling to get this and get this together. To him,
Right.
he's just seeing me not quit. He's seeing
Right.
me continue, and I was just like, I was like, praise God so much, bro. I'm like, man, like I couldn't have wrote it better myself,
100%. Yeah.
So yeah, bro, I'm with you on that, man. I'm really with you. That's a blessing.
Yeah. And that's what right there. The most important thing you said there, not quitting. When
Yes.
they see that, yeah, it's like my father. Like he was he was in the member of parliament. Like he was in the government and whatnot. He was
Yeah.
one of the good ones.
Yeah.
So of course, when you're the good ones, they will attack you. And
Come
he
on.
was never afraid to call out people and whatnot. And when he did that one
Mhm.
time, they put him on newspaper and they're trying to slander his name and whatnot. But this
Yeah.
man never gave up. He just kept going.
Come on.
And so me seeing that, I was like, okay, if my father can do that, I can do that too.
Facts.
And then now passing it
Facts.
down to my little man. So at times, like you said, I went through some stuff too, and I'm like,
Hmm.
nah. Every time I go through stuff, he was my strength, and I'm like, okay,
Yes. Every
if he
time.
sees me failing, like how can I? You know what I mean? Yeah. So
Oh
100%, man.
man.
Nah.
Straight up. That's what's
Yeah.
up, man. I love that, man. I love that for real. So I read that you were a graphic designer. Is that true?
Yes. At one point
Like
I
you do?
was. Yeah.
So with that, like where did that come from? Like, and like, and now when you look at somebody's like logo or album cover, can you just enjoy it, or do you automatically get to that place to be like, I would have done it this way, or like, how was that like for you?
Yeah, it's both. It was definitely both. Like if I see something, depending on some of the stuff, I'm like, wow, that is actually good. I wish I could have thought of that.
Yeah, yeah,
And
same.
then there are times, yeah, right. And then there are times where I'm like, yeah, I could have done it this way, but I still wouldn't take
Hmm.
away what that person has done. I still appreciate the art and whatnot. Um, I think the advantage for me when it came to that was I didn't have to go to anybody else, especially like to form my logo. I
Yeah,
just I
straight
sat
up.
one day, yeah, and I think that was the advantage for me from than anyone else because there's some people can't graphic
Exactly.
design and they can't draw or anything like that. Like I remember my pops wanted to be an architect because I was very good
Uh-huh.
at drawing and I was very good at
Yeah,
math.
yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, nah, I don't want to be no architect and whatnot. And music is my thing, and he didn't want to hear it. It's like what, especially when you're coming from Africa. Now Africa
Yeah,
obviously is different, because now you got the Afro beats and things like that.
yeah.
But yeah, when it came to like graphic designing, that was pretty much my mindset of things. I was like, I got an advantage on most artists because most
Yeah,
artists don't know how to draw or they can, but they don't have that
exactly.
creativity of yeah,
Exactly. I always felt that was an advantage that I had too. Is I wasn't leaving money on the table nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like I
yeah,
made sure like I built my website, do the like everything, and now with freaking like AI out now, like I'm not just going and just putting in the prompt and doing. I'm like leveraging and I'm making like I'm just letting them creative juices freaking flow, bro. And a
that's what's
lot of
up.
people
Yeah.
just can't do it. Somebody will send a feature, and that feature only
Mhm.
got 4 bars of open beat, and they'll be like,
Yeah.
okay, and they'll rap those 4 bars. I'm like, bro, I'll extend them
Yeah.
because I know how to mix, master, engineer, produce. I know how to do all of this stuff, So
Right.
sometimes it's the best when you know how to do it and don't gotta depend on nobody else. You know.
100%. Yes. Yes.
Another thing I want to touch on because I definitely want to get into. I'm gonna get into the music. I am, but
No problem, man.
you
Let's keep
very
going.
interesting. You feel me? Your story is
Thank
interesting.
you. Thank
So
you.
you also built. And I want to make sure I say this right too. You also built. Is it called Nabado?
Nabado. Yes, that's right.
Come on, man. Let's
Yes.
get it, man. Yes,
Yeah.
your boy got it.
Yeah. Wow. Look
So
at you. Okay.
yes, sir. Yes,
Wow.
sir. So
Yeah.
what made you want to create something outside of being an artist? And if everything goes the way you see it in your head, what
Right.
is Nabado supposed to become?
So Nabado is basically it was it's funny. So how it started
Uh
was
huh.
I would be with my homies, my Tanzanian friends, and Nabado
Right.
is a Swahili phrase, and it's like saying not yet. It's like saying not yet.
Yeah.
So it means not yet, and so we'll be chilling at times, and then I'll get excited about something, and I did something. I'm like, yo, man, check this out, da, da, da. And then I'll be like, yeah, Nabado. That means yo, but not yet.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
doing something, but not yet. And I just kept saying it until one day it hit me, and then I'm like, you know what? Why don't you start like a clothing line named Nabado,
Come
right?
on.
And then as that kept going, I'm like, you know what? Maybe someday you'll have your record label called Nabado, and they just kept going, and I'm like, yo. After
Yeah.
that, it was a wrap. After I mean, what else could I say after that? So
Straight up.
it just made total sense. And on top of that, because it's Nabado and it's in Swahili, of course,
Mhm.
people now here all over the world are gonna be like, "What does Nabado mean?"
Exactly.
And right, and then back home because people already understand what Nabado is. So even if you come to selling and things like that, once my
Yeah.
name is up there, um, it would be automatic. It
Yeah.
won't even have to like question it or anything like that. It'll just be automatic when it comes to sales and things like that. But
Straight up.
again, yeah, it's kind of like what's his name, Nipsey.
Yeah.
Nipsey's one of my guys. Like the marathon continues.
Yeah.
And it kind of sound rather kind of means almost the same thing. Where it's not a race. Take your time.
Facts.
And cruise, but slowly, steady, and be sure of what it is that you're doing. So
Yeah, for real. Like I tell people all the time when I talk to them, I do the mentorship thing, and
hmm
I always say like this, doing what we're doing is like climbing the
hmm
mountain. Everybody want to get to the top of the
hmm
mountain, but I'm
yes,
like, in real
yes,
life, climbing the mountain ain't easy. Like, you got to be from Asgard or Wakanda if you just finna
yeah.
jump to the top of the
Jump
mountain,
in.
bro.
Yes,
You know what I'm
yes,
saying? It
exactly.
ain't happening
Yep,
like that. So
yep,
I'm like, it's
yep.
gonna take time. So
hmm
appreciate the steps. Like,
Yeah,
appreciate each little win. Like, you can make it 4 rungs up the mountain and be like, bro, I did that. Celebrate that.
yeah,
It's
yes,
not a
yes,
it's not a sprint. It is a marathon.
yeah,
Because here's the thing
yeah.
that a lot of people don't think about. Once you
hmm
make it to the top of the mountain, you got to climb back down because there's always another
100%.
mountain.
Yep, yep,
It's
yep,
always.
yep.
So you
Exactly.
gotta,
Yeah,
right up.
yeah.
So between fatherhood, entrepreneurship, your
hmm
African roots, everything you experienced over the years, bro, like, what do you understand about Habe today that you didn't understand 10 years ago?
Man, that's such a good question. Um, I think it's patience, really. I think because us human beings, we have this thing of like we want things like right now. We don't want it
Yes.
in the
Yes.
next. I don't know how. Yeah, we want it now. And while you go like what you were saying, like while you're going through it, we don't really want to feel the pain. We don't really want to. But then that's the beauty of it. The pain, the
Yes.
struggle.
Yes.
The grind. That's
Come
that's
on.
the that's where yeah. You know what I mean. That's where it is the best time
Yeah.
to um to enjoy that journey. And I
Yes.
think that's what it is for me, to be honest with you. It's pretty much the patience. It really taught me a lot how to like wait and be patient. You're not gonna get it today, that's fine. There's tomorrow.
Come on.
And if not tomorrow, then there's the day after, But one thing is that you don't give up, so
Straight
yeah,
up, man. Hey,
yeah.
look, man. We here with the homie Habe, man. You feel me? Yo, this is welcome to the
Appreciate
dope.
you.
This is welcome to the dope bar. Y'all already know we got to pay these bills. You feel me? So we gonna be right back. Y'all know what it is, man. Welcome to the dope bar. Let's get it.
Plays on the beat, by the way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to the dope bar. This is your boy Blaze Hunter Knife Wonder. We are here with the homie Habe Kitine, man. And yo, this episode again is sponsored by Club Knife Wonder Wine Collection. For all my people out there, make sure that you subscribe to Club Knife Wonder. $5.99. You can take $1 out of your subscription. You can validate and support any artist of your choice. You know, we got the exclusive playlist. You also got access to the Knife Wonder Travel Club. Y'all know how I do. But now that we done got that out the way, it's time to get into Bon Appetit, baby.
Let's go.
It's time to get into this, man.
Let's go.
I listen to a lot of music. I even have a show called the Knife Wonder Album Review where I review a whole, album. So I listen to a lot of music, and I honestly could say 90% of the albums that I hear, not saying that they're bad.
Right.
I just wouldn't I wouldn't call them classics, or they mostly sound like, compilations of music. You know what I'm saying? Right. Somebody just put a compilation of different music together.
Right.
I didn't get that from this. I didn't get that from Appetizer. You know what I'm saying? Like,
thank you.
So when I just heard the title, I'm like, oh, so this thing is built like a food concept, appetizer, entree, and dessert, you know what I'm saying? But the actual song titles, the 9 songs that's on there don't really follow a food theme. So I'm like, So was that intentional, first off? Yeah. And then did you want the concept to frame the album without making everything kind of feel like gimmicky? Is that kind of idea? Like, give me your thought process.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. Because here's one thing. Some people might think I copied him, but that wasn't it. It was just me one day just sitting down and being like, okay, I haven't released something in the longest time. So I said, you know what, Bon Appetit just made sense. I did a lot of writing, but I didn't release anything, and I really wanted, when I come out the next time around, I wanted to make sure that people are like, yo, okay, like he's I wanted to feed my fans, with good material. Because I remember R. Kelly, he had a album, I think it was called The Buffet. I can't remember.
I know he had. I know
he has so many albums.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
But I know, and I listened to it. But this was I had already like recorded my stuff and whatnot. And then I was like, and I love studying the greats.
Yes, same.
As much as his personal life, I don't really like to get into
facts,
like anybody's personal life. That's their personal life. I just want to learn music. That's it.
Exactly.
That
man. I call that man. He don't waste a single note. Like,
man, Kill is different. He's GOAT. He's GOAT. Like anybody can argue with me about it. I was told the hits after. Like he's GOAT. So he's definitely one of the people that, I mean, if there's any artist out there that wants to learn R&B and everything like that, study R. Kelly. He's amazing. Music, he's amazing. And that's the thing when I listen. But then he had those concepts. Like his concept was, I think it's called The Buffet, and all the songs were like food kind of orientated, So, but for mine was just more of like, I just want to feed my fans with good music. However, the concept of it was more of like, so with, like, for example, appetizer, I'm gonna give them with something nice, but then have a little bit of old school in there, a little soul and whatnot. And then when entree comes out, it'll be more of today's stuff where it's more like trappy. Ooh. And trappy, the R&B of today, like neo soul, so to speak, and whatnot. And then
the dessert
is gonna be more of like Afro beats, reggaeton, reggae. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
What else is there? Yeah, and there's more. I just can't think of it right now. But so something like that. Give everybody pretty much all. If I could do all the genres, it would be great. But I can't do heavy metal. My voice doesn't allow me to do that. I wish it could. Then I'll be able to like touch everywhere. But But that was pretty much the concept of Bon Appetit. Just feed my fans, because it's been a while since I've given them something to eat or listen to.
Come on, hey, it's amazing, and I love that immediately you give like I'm talking about intro. You got them. Damn, this life got some juicy buns.
Yeah, that's right.
Damn, this life got some juicy
Juicy
buns.
buds, that's
I caught
right.
it immediately.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
know, it's, like I got an idea, but I would love definitely to hear from you. Like, what were you actually saying in that line? Like, to me, it is so potent. But like, what are you actually saying? Damn, this life got some juicy buns.
What? Look, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier of the journey, and life within itself. It's like it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
Having a kid, from having a kid to going through the trials and tribulations of things,
yeah,
um, and just the journey at the end of the day. And then when you look at it, she's beautiful. She's got,
yeah,
nice
yeah.
buns.
Got
Yeah,
some nice buns.
there's some buns. How else could, you can't go wrong with that, So
Facts.
that's what it came about with that.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man. This album was everything, just from a listening experience. Because then we
Right,
got we got Feel It, right.
right.
It got such a strong dance hall feel. Like
This is, yeah,
I was literally like, I saw a few things on IG, so I was
right.
like, oh, this gonna be fairly R&B album. But then I saw a post where you rapping. I'm like, okay, it's probably rapping R&B, but
Yeah,
you threw me for a loop. You feel me? Because then we got this dance hall. Like, and
yeah,
it didn't sound like somebody imitating dance hall. It sounded like
right.
if you wanted to be a dance hall artist,
That's all that is.
you can
I
do
can
this.
do it.
So you know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
So
Thank
was
you.
this
Yeah.
something that you always wanted to explore, or was it something that you dabbed into before? Because I haven't heard the older catalogs now, which obviously after hearing this album, I got to hear them now.
Yeah.
So like, what
Yeah.
was that?
Yeah. I could say it's a little bit of both. Um, One thing is like I said before, like I love to study the greats, but then
Yeah.
it's more of I love music as a whole. So it don't
Yes.
really matter whether it's, yeah, fine. I was blessed to have the R&B voice,
Yeah.
but then I'm like, why can I not use my R&B voice and blend it in with dancehall?
Come on.
Why can I not do, like, there's this one artist I love listening to, what's his name? Some Campbell. But anyways, if I remember his name, but he's like R&B slash dancehall. I wish I
Yeah.
could. Once I remember his name, I'll let you know when
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
ever
Yeah.
get a chance to listen to him. He's amazing, and I was like, oh, and I'm like, I could do that too,
Come on.
and yeah, and any beat that somebody, any producer gives me, I try to listen to it, not only if it's just R&B, but I also try to listen if is there funk in there, is there
Yeah.
dancehall in there, is there hip hop in there, is there soft rock in there, and so
Come
on and
on.
so forth. And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take all that and then blend it in and then make it my own sound, and
I
but at the
love it.
same time blend it, yeah, blend it with the beat. So that's how Feel It was like. It was automatic for me when my boy sent me that beat. I was like, yeah, because he
Yeah.
wanted it to be more of I'm a piano kind of feel, but I
Yeah.
I didn't hear just I'm a piano. I heard more of dancehall. That's why I
Yeah.
got my boy Sniper to do the
Snap.
his verse. Yeah, right. And
Snapped.
he snapped.
Hmm.
Yeah, he snapped on that, and I was like, okay, but yeah,
And then we keep it moving. Then
let's
something for
go.
you. Something
Yes,
for you
sir.
had that classic pop top 40. Honestly,
Yeah.
like
Hmm.
a lot of people aren't even tapping into that genre.
Genre.
You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? That like version of pop, because there's so many different versions of pop music, but nobody
Hmm.
really touching that right now, which what really made me like I knew I was gonna love the rest of the project. I'm like, all right, so I done heard 3 different styles already. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So what
Yeah.
makes you comfortable making a record with that polished and melodic sound without worrying about sounding dated?
In a sense. Oh man. That is another good question right there. I just go with the flow, man. I don't really think about, oh, this person's gonna think this way of me or this person's gonna
Yeah,
think that way of me. Nah, I just like, nah. If it sounds nice, it's nice.
come
Put
on.
it in there. Yeah, and
Yeah,
and that's really it. Like again, it goes back to the greats. Look at Michael Jackson.
yeah,
In the beginning, he had his somewhat R&B soul back in the
mm-hmm.
day, and then I think when he met with Teddy Riley,
Come on,
Dangerous, the
come
album
on.
Dangerous, yeah, he changed completely.
Facts.
And this person's not even a musician, but like Michael Jordan. You
Yeah.
know, the first three-peat, he was more athletic and things like that. And then the second three-peat, he became more of like, I'm gonna post more. I'm not.
Yeah.
If you do bother me up top, I will take you for a ride. But for the most part, I'm gonna go
Facts.
down low because he wasn't as athletic as he was in his
Exactly.
earlier years, right? So it's the same thing with me with music. And
Yeah.
then I remember Bruce Lee said this. And see another example. He's not a musician, but what he said was, you know, to be water because water can
Mm,
flow and it can crash.
mm.
So things like that.
That
It,
sound
it
like
just
Bruce Lee.
yeah, yeah, you know, some Bruce Lee, exactly. So it's the same thing with my music. I just try to like blend everything and everything in there, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm not afraid to explore and go beyond. I even try to advise to some of my other friends because some of them they'll either, and not to put them down or anything like that. It's just that that's just how they do their music, you know. And it's
Yeah.
just like it's either gangster or it's like straight just hip hop. And I'm like, I get it, but try to like branch off a little bit, go outside the
Yeah.
box, and you're allowed to, you know.
Yeah.
And that way you can reach a higher or
That's it.
more a bigger audience, you know. But
That's
if you
it.
don't, yeah, if you don't do that, to me, the way I look at it as you limit yourself,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah,
That's it. One of my monikers is the confluencer. Like
right.
I wanted to come up with something because one day my mentor asked me like, "What?" He was like, "You know what you got going on?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm building this website or whatever I'm doing." He's like, "Bro," he's like, honestly, like, what do you do? Like, if I had
Yeah.
to ask you a question, what do you do? And I was like, normally I'll go down the whole list. Well, I'm
Mhm. This
this.
is
But I
yeah,
know that
yeah,
he knows me. So I'm like, huh, very interesting. So I came up with the term confluencer, because
influencer.
a
Yeah, I like
confluence
that.
is
Yeah.
things flowing together, kind of like how you was just
Mhm.
explaining. Like I don't
Right.
just produce a beat, design the brand.
Mhm.
I create the confluence where the entire vision, come
Mhm.
together. My
Mhm.
skill,
Right.
take the raw sound, from the
Yeah.
studio, the
Yeah.
visuals, the art, all, you know what I'm saying? They blend together. And then,
Right.
I have the media platform, I have whatever. So, so it's real.
I
Yeah, it's
love that.
definitely, yeah, bro.
I
It's
like
dope.
that word. I'm gonna start using that from now on.
Come on, man. Come on,
Yeah.
man. For real. So that truly is, I love it, your style of music. Cause then,
Mhm.
incredible. Now we there with the blues. You know what I'm
There
saying?
you go. Yeah.
Like, and I love the wordplay. Sadness is a stick up. So my
Yeah. Yeah.
hands went way up. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for I'm a sucker for lyrics, bro. I'm a
Yeah. I like
wordplay
that, man. Yeah. You
type
do your
type of
homework for
dude,
sure.
bro.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
I'm a
Yeah.
wordplay type of dude, and I appreciate it because unfortunately,
We
we
don't.
don't get a
Yeah.
lot of it with our music. We get the
No. No.
basics.
Yeah.
Even if somebody's extremely talented, it's like
Hmm.
I compare them to, like, a John Morant, and
Yeah.
you got the skills to jump out the gym, do all these crazy
Hmm.
athletic
Hmm.
things, but
Hmm.
you ain't making
Yeah.
the playoffs, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah. I
saying?
know.
I
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Which
did,
sucks. Yeah. Yeah.
like we need more champions. You feel me? And
Yeah.
I love it. So
Uh,
I love the wordplay. So when you write
Thank
something,
you. Hmm.
yeah, man, of course, bro. Like, does it hit you in the moment, or are you somebody who sit with the bar and you'll work with it until it land right? Because sometimes you could just be going through the motions, and then it's like,
Hmm.
oh, dang, I killed that. But I won't lie, because I've been doing this forever. Like, I'll
Right.
take the time to write something that, I know this gonna hit them over the head, but
Yeah.
also, so, like, how does that process for you?
Ah man, again, it goes both ways because there are times where I'm like, I'll write something not even knowing that I'm writing it, you know, and
Yeah,
then later on I'm like, oh my God, wow, damn, okay, you know,
yeah,
and then there are
yeah.
times where it's like, no, 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 I need to sit down and really like go at it because this is a very
Facts.
important song kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
With
Facts.
Incredible was automatic, man. I met this girl um, sometime back, and she was actually a musician. She's doing really well right now, actually, and she goes by Jimmy,
Nice.
Jimi. She's more of she is blues, but then a little bit of rock, you know.
Yeah. Nice.
And I went to this one spot here in Edmonton, and she was performing. So I was like, you know what? Because we talked a bit on the internet, and then I was like, you know what? Let me go check her out and let's see what she's really about. She plays the guitar and everything. Really, really dope
Ooh,
girl, you know.
nice.
Yeah. So I get there, and then I'm watching her do a thing, and then my boy, he was a DJ there, and he had asked me to perform the week after, because he was hosting this comedy jam session, and then he would have like an artist come in and perform. So he asked me. So I normally what I'll do is I'll go to a spot maybe a week before, maybe even the 2 days before, just to check out the stage and see what I can work with. And
Uh-huh.
then when it's time to go and perform, I already know what I'm up against. So, but
Nice.
when I heard she was performing, I'm like, nah, let me also go check her out. So I go check her out. He introduces us. We start talking, and this girl normally would be a guy the one taking charge,
Uh-huh.
but she pulls a stool beside her, and she's like, "Yeah, come sit here." And then she like slaps the stool and be like, "Yo, come and sit." And it's almost like she's backing me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be
Yeah.
the other way around, you know? And I'm talking to her, and we're connecting and everything, and she was, and right there, and I'm like, wow, she's incredible. Ding, right there. I was like, okay, enough
Fire.
said after that. Yeah, and then we're talking. I
Fire.
remember well, I was talking, and then she bite. There's a part where I say she bite her lip as I speak. You know, she was doing that, and you know what that means when some girls do
Yeah.
that. You know,
Yeah.
so I was
Yeah.
just like, okay, you know. And then I went back, and then I just started writing, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna write a song for her. And I didn't tell her till I don't know. I think maybe it was like a month ago, you know.
Wow.
And yeah, and she's just like, you wrote that for me, and I'm like, yeah, you know. And she was, what were you gonna say?
I was
Yeah,
gonna
she.
say,
Mhm.
like she got like her music and stuff out like on
Oh,
YouTube and
100%. Oh yeah, no, she's doing amazing right now. She's doing absolutely incredible. Like she's out there, you know. She told me she's like, "Javi, you're going to get there too. Just be
yeah.
patient. You're going to be there too. Just give it some time." You know, everybody has their time. Because when we first met, we were just simple artists, just
Yeah.
doing our thing, loving what we do and whatnot. And
Hmm.
now she's blown up, and she's killing it right now.
I love it.
So
And that's her main
yeah.
style, like the blues.
Yeah, no,
Uh
blues rock. I would say like blues rockish.
yeah.
Yeah, blues rockish. Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
really dope, bro.
yeah,
So Jimi.
yeah. Jimi, Jimmy. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. And so just so I make sure I'm at the right person, she had just
Hmm.
uh put out a joint called let me see, it's called Death of You. I saw that
That's
there's
right.
a that's fire, bro. That's
Yeah.
when I tell you my sister, that's
Hmm.
crazy. That's crazy. My sister was
Hmm.
like, because my radio station, I do a lot for independent artists, and she was
Right.
like, and I told her some of the people you listen to, because she like listen to a lot of indie people, like send me some of them.
Hmm.
She sent me her before, bro. She sent me a song called Close from her,
Yeah.
and that's crazy that we're talking about her right now. That's
Yeah.
wild. It's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
See what I did there?
Right.
See what I did there? Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's like.
Bro, that's dope, bro. But then we got to keep it moving,
We
because
keep
then
going. Let's
it
go.
got like,
Let's go.
I tried from
Hmm.
780, like the sound switches again,
Hmm.
like the sounds just keep changing. Like what exactly is the significance of 780 to you? Because I'm interested in why you called it that.
780.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's basically Edmonton, man. Representing Edmonton. It's kind of like uh what is
So it's
it?
kind of like an area code
NWA.
almost.
Yeah, yeah. From 780. 780, yeah, it's pretty much an area code.
No, okay, got it.
But yeah, yeah. And then from 780, obviously. I didn't want to say from Edmonton. From Edmonton didn't sound right. And I was like,
Yeah,
from
yeah. It
780,
it don't.
everybody knows
Yeah,
you don't,
yeah.
right?
It
Yeah.
don't. Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, and it just represented right? I tried it. I was like, nah, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't even roll.
It's just certain places don't hit the same. Like, or like we got
Exactly.
getting ready to fight. Yo, bro, I'm from Edmonton.
Yeah, right. You're like, what? Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it's over. you know, but yeah, yeah, and it's just representing, man, my city. There was a
I
time I
love it.
remember I went to this competition in Vancouver,
Yeah.
and it was a singing, modeling, acting competition. and I did good. I won. And this one judge, apparently he was like the hardest judger out of all of them.
Yeah.
So he caught me on the hallway walking, and then he's like, "Yo, where you from? You're a good artist, man. I love what you're doing. Where you from?" So I go, "Oh, I'm from Edmonton." He's like, "Edmonton? What's that?" And he made fun of my city. And inside, I'm fuming. I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
Yo, you can't talk about Edmonton like that. I came out here represent E-Town, this and that." But I had to explain to him, no, it's in Alberta, Canada, because I think he was from LA or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but it's just me representing my city, man. It's kind of like in WA, they represent Compton, and you know how the South, like Ti, he represents ATL, and there's other artists, of course, they represent their city. So it's the same thing for me, It's like we got talent too, So I just
straight up.
Yeah,
straight up, man. And now I got to keep it moving. Now we got to talk about freaking Soul Freak, bro. Shout out to Amy Rose.
Yeah,
Where
baby.
did that record come from? Because it ain't come from this planet. Like Soul Freak is one of them ones, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
What made Amy Rose the right person for this? Because you don't just throw nobody on. Like this one of them joints that we not just grabbing anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Amy is funny, man. So we were in the studio with my boy Paul. He's the one that produced the beat. Well, I gave him the idea and whatnot. Either way,
he did that though. That thing was funky, boy. He did that.
Because I told him the idea, and before I even finished, he's like, "Stop! Don't say anything." He picked up his guitar and just started going at it, and then picked up some other instruments, going at it, and then brought some other people. I was like, "I'm gonna shut up." I'm like, "You do your thing.
Let them do what they do."
Song. Yeah, just do what you do. Where Amy came in, she was having a problem, I guess, with her ex now, but at the time she was having a problem with the boyfriend. So she just it was like a fluke. So she came into the session. It was just me and Paul, and then Paul was like, "Yo, I think we should put in a girl on here." And I'm like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah, no, for real." And then Amy sings, just put her in there. And I was like, "All right, fine. Let's see. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't." And sure enough,
it worked.
She murdered that. Yeah, it worked. I was like, all right, enough said after that, With Soul Freak, I love one of my favorite artists of all time, Prince.
Come on.
And
shout out to the legend.
The legend, may he rest in peace too, and he's had some dope, funky stuff. Leave alone him. Before him, also the man of the hour, the guy to me is my favorite of all time is James Brown.
Come on, bro. Yeah. Yes, sir.
And
with some respect on the Godfather name.
Yes. That's what I don't know. There's a part I think I kind of give him a shout out. I go, "Hey," in the beginning there. I think so. I can't remember. Yeah. And that was pretty much it. Soul Freak meant so much. It felt right. I was like, I got to give a shout out to the man himself, because if it wasn't for him, I personally wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. James Brown is everything. I can go on and on and on about James Brown, man, but
bro, I'm right here with you. Like one of my main singles, which I use, I do a morning show every week, and my show is called the I Feel Good Morning Show. And in that song, like, just check out the intro real quick. Just a little piece of the intro.
You're rocking with the best.
Yeah. I feel good.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I get me some James Brown every single day.
That's right. You can't go wrong with him. Like, you can't.
You really cannot. Come on, bro. Yeah. You really cannot. And I love going back and watching old things, old videos, and just seeing it's a masterclass, bro. It's a masterclass. Like I love the memes that people have been creating. Like the one where he's coming up extra sweaty.
Yeah.
But this man was the ultimate showman, bro. It's like masterclass. The whole throw the blanket on him and then but bro, it's next level. Everything. Like I think Chris Brown could never stop.
No. I mean, Breezy himself.
Shout out to Breezy.
Shout out to Breezy. He would say it straight up. Like, come on, man. Like, he tries his best to like tell people like, please don't compare me to these.
Exactly.
Greats. But
exactly, I see the interview, which I was very happy about that he he did that. Respect, but I get it.
Yeah.
Like somebody hit me with the him and Michael Jackson, and I just defended Michael hard, and he was like, "Oh, but Michael don't hit no backflip." I'm like, "Bro, if Michael hit a backflip, people would die." Like,
Die.
there's certain things that Michael couldn't do, bro. Like,
he didn't need to.
Like,
right?
Michael moved his face.
Yeah.
Half the arena fainted. They carried out on a stretcher. Stop it. It's different.
I know. I just laugh. I laugh at that stuff. I'm like, man, don't even start with me with all that. Like I just let him be. I'm like, you know what? Fine. If that's what you see and what you think, okay.
But shout out to Breezy.
Shout out to Breezy all day. Yeah, he's one of my guys too. Like I steal stuff from him too. I'll be like, I want that. Give that. Thank you, Breezy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he influences me just as much. Yeah.
Straight up, man. Do you think, looking at this whole project, you moved through R&B, pop, dancehall, blues, soul, like you got so many different textures. Were you ever worried somebody might say that the project is too diverse? You know what I'm saying? You ever hitting them people that are like, oh, you're putting too many eggs in this basket type of thing, like, or was that exactly what you wanted?
I would say there's a few who have. There's one of the guys. He was kind of more like, "Oh man, this album is confusing," and I looked at him and I'm like, "How's it confusing?" And then he's just like, "Oh, it just sounds like there's too much stuff going on. Like you're all over the place." Mm-hmm. And I looked at him and I was like, I didn't even say much. I said, "Okay." In my mind, I'm like, "You're gonna understand as to why I did what I did later on." It's kind of like certain songs, like you listen to it, you're like, nah, I'm not too sure about it, and then you see the video and you're like, oh, now I know what he was trying to do, kind of thing. Right? So that's how I looked at it as. There's a few that are like that, but again, like it's me. This is me.
Exactly.
I can't change for somebody else. I used to do that, before when I was trying to figure myself out as an artist.
Yep, same.
And then after a while, I just put my foot down. I'm like, you know what?
Facts.
I'm just gonna be me, And if you don't like it, fine. Somebody else will. Not everybody's gonna like my stuff, right?
Exactly.
No.
Facts. And then to those people, just say respectfully, you're missing out. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
That's that legit is a dope from beginning to end project, which we don't get a lot of those no more. Thank you. Real deal. It really is. Do you think artists today are, too afraid to let albums move through different sounds? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, I just feel they just want to stay in that one lane. And they really, to me, I feel like the goal to a lot of people is I want to please the algorithm. I want to try to go viral. They're on that tip versus let's just make a timeless piece of content, bro. Like, do you think people are just too scared maybe? Like, what is it, do you think?
I think, yes, I do believe that is true. I think a lot of them are afraid, and some are just comfortable. They're like, oh, this works for me, so I'm not going to change my thing. And some of them I could listen to them and I'll be like, man, if you were to do this, you could actually that's why I love people like Breezy. He branches off and does other things.
Yeah.
It's not just R&B. Like he does pop. He's done house before.
Exactly.
He's done what else is there? Afrobeats he's done.
He's done rap. You know what I'm saying?
He's done rap, and he's also done dancehall too. Even now, Beyoncé. I think she did a country.
Another goat.
She did a country album. Like some people hating on it, but you can hate all you want. But at the end of the day,
exactly. Like people hate it like crazy. How is she winning country album of the year? I say, listen, the Grammys. This is what y'all got to understand. The Grammys is a popularity contest.
Exactly.
Who sold the most country albums last year?
Right.
Or that year that it came? Beyonce. So
yeah.
She was. I'm sorry that Garth Brooks ain't sell more album. She did that. You feel me? That don't make her a country artist. She's just an R&B artist who happened to do a country album. And there was somebody that was like, it was pure genius. I had this a friend of mine. Oh man, this those beats don't even sound country. So what I did was I took the instrumental. I was like, somebody sent me this beat, bro, and I really want to make sure authentic country, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
yeah.
like, so he like, yeah, of course, sent it to him. Yeah, bro, that's country if I ever heard it. Blah 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 blah. And then I hit him with, that's Beyonce's song. That, you know, and he's like, all right, I see what you did. Okay, respect. But yeah, straight up, bro. Like, it's like we in this era now where people can form an opinion on what's popular to form that opinion on. You know, like people, it's popular to talk trash about Kim Kardashian, for example, but do you know all of the charitable things that Kim Kardashian is doing? All the young girls and people that she has put through law school. Like, a lot of people don't know a lot of these things. She has a whole, this warehouse business or whatever it is where people are going, you know, it's so much, but it's popular. Oh, this Kim Kardashian, this slut sleeps with all the celebrities, and it's like, all right, if you look at that whole timeline, it ain't like she went Monday, she was with Chris Humphries, Wednesday, she's with Lamar Odom, Sunday, she's, you know what I'm saying? It's years, they break up, and it's like, because they're stars and celebrities, it's fresh on our mind and we're paying attention to it, you know, but we just live in crazy times, bro, you know? But
and it's funny you say that too, because with and that's just how it is. I remember there's a time everybody was bashing Michael. Everybody was being like, nah, Michael Jackson's a pedophile. Michael Jackson's this. And then all of a sudden now everybody's all about Michael Jackson again. It's like,
exactly.
But that's the world we live in.
It is. I ain't gonna lie. When the movie came out, I was like, I was checking people straight up, like, no, stay where you at. Don't come to the theater acting like you this big fan now. You know what I'm saying? This level, like, make sure you go watch The American Dream. If you don't know that whole TV series don't come talk to me, man. Like, don't come in here acting like you the big fan now, bro. Take it serious. See, I also read you spent 7 years creating Bon Appetit. Was there ever a point where you almost walked away from that album completely, like, all right, this is taking too long? Or like, was that ever the case, or was you were just going through creating, and like, just give me your thought process on
it. Yes, but at the same time, when I was writing a lot, like, actually after Bon Appetit, I have, I think, 3 or 4 more projects after that.
Yes, sir.
Right, yeah, because I mean 7. In fact, it's a little longer than 7, to be honest with you. I think it's a little longer. I think it's about maybe 9, 10, I think it is. Yeah. Wow. So it's been like almost 10 years since I haven't released anything. And and then I remember I watched this another one of my favorites of all time, Sade, who people don't really mention as much as they should. She definitely give her flowers.
That's why your album is as good as it is, bro. You got your forefathers of music is really, really good, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank
Kells,
you. That's my mother,
Brown.
man. My mother right there. My mother is the one that introduced me to all these greats. That's what she told. She'd be like, "You want to make music? You got to do it like them." And I was like, okay. So I would just study them religiously. You know, like, how did she do this? Yeah, okay.
Shout out to mom, dude. Shout out to pops. You got a strong foundation, bro. Real, you strong foundation you got, dog. For real.
Yeah, and she said in an interview where, because at that time I think I was probably 3 years in when I didn't release anything, and I was like, man, I need to get out there quick, otherwise I'm gonna lose my spot. And then in that interview, she's like, you know, the problem is with a lot of artists, they're afraid to take their time. If they take their time, they're afraid they're gonna lose their spot. And I'm like, nobody takes your spot. Your spot is always there, you know, because you're so and so. Like for example, I'm Habe. You know, ain't nobody else gonna take Habe's spot, because so even if I come out 10 years after, I come out. So as long as the music is good, people are probably even gonna forget those 10 years that have passed. Right? It's good.
Exactly.
It's good.
Exactly.
And that's that. And since when I heard her say that, that weight on my shoulder just vanished. I was like, oh, okay, let's get back to work.
Amazing.
And that was that. Yeah.
Amazing. All right, so this where we go. We approach the end. You said the album is about feeding the soul. Like, you know, you didn't give. I love how you said earlier. Like, I ain't feed the the fans in a hot minute. You know, like after 10 years of doing this, like, what was your own soul hungry for? that you feel like this project finally gave you? Like, what was your soul? We get it. I feel like with every God-given gift, like God don't give us our gifts for us. He gives it for other people, So, so I get serving the people, but for Habe, like, yeah, what was your soul hungry for with this project?
Sorry, my dog is over there.
Oh, that's the good boy. That's the bad boy.
yeah, she's doing the thing over there. She's like, "Oh, what is this guy be done?"
Oh, that's the good girl. Okay.
Yeah. Legatha, that's my baby girl right there. But
that's right.
It's for me, it's of course feeding my fans. That's fulfilling for me. But at the same time, it's also for me. Finally, I get to release all that stress, that pain, and also share that happiness and just joy, and that's what matters to me the most. I mean, now, like, I'm with a beautiful team. I swim with Shark. Shout out to
yes, sir,
Andre, TC.
Come on,
TC
the real one, but you got a real one on your side there, boy.
Yeah, she's the bomb, man. Like, they're all the bomb. They advise me in so many different ways and how to survive in this industry and how to take care of myself, and they're just very supportive and really teaching me a lot of things and so things like that, like, so it just makes sense in so many ways for me to call it Bon Appetit. Like, everything just fell into place. Even before I even met him, I just knew. I was like, you know what? If you truly believe in yourself, things are gonna happen for you.
Facts.
So and at the end of the day, that's really it is. It's just feeding my soul and just being happy and having that joy that finally, I get to release an album after so long, and also feeding my fans and us enjoying it together. So once I hit that stage, we all just share that beautiful moment and just enjoy music together. That's really the most important thing for me.
I love that. Well, we connected now, bro. You know what I'm saying? So,
yes, sir.
Like, off rip, you got a homie out of you got a homie now. You got a brother in Christ. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Likewise.
You got that. Yeah. TC is family to me. Obviously, you're on this platform right now, so you're another extended part of the team. You know what I'm saying? I got you.
Thank you so much.
And you got a fan out of me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on. I done followed you on social now. You know what I'm saying? So when you posting stuff, feel free to tag your boy. I'm definitely gonna be comments and stuff like that. So yeah, we locked in now. We locked in. If there anything you wanna say to the viewers that's watching this, like, the floor is yours. Take it away.
Thank you. First of all, I thank you all for taking your time to check out this interview with my mans, and new music coming soon. I hope you enjoy Appetizer, entree on the way, and so is dessert. And hope y'all see you soon. Follow me on Instagram. I'm mostly on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. It's Habe's Insta, so it's HABESINSTA. Other than that, peace and love, always.
And that's also genius too. And it's TikTok. It's Habe's TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Hey, when I saw it, I'm like, this is too simple. I love it. It's genius. Habe's Insta, Habe's TikTok. Straight up.
Simple as that. Yeah.
Yes, sir, man. This has been another episode of Welcome to the Dope Bar. We have the amazing, the talented Habe Kitine. Make sure y'all go check out Bon Appetit Appetizers right now. You feel me? Trust me, it is worth the listen. Get in the car, cruise, chill with your lady, vibe, whatever it is, you in for a journey. We out this beast, yo. Yes, sir.
Peace and love.